Welcome to a special edition of Mod Time with Tony. We got early access release to the Kubota Pack. We're going to go through them. This is the first time I'm seeing them, so we get to discover stuff together. Here's the pack. We got one, two, three, four. We got a bunch of tractors, skid steers, front loader. We got the two UTVs and a couple of front loader tools. Let's go to the first, the M5 series, 64,500 to start off with. We got wheel brands, Trelleborg, Vredestein. That's it. No changes there. Front weights, yes. 90 kilos up to 450. Engine setup starts with 92 horsepower, goes to 106. And of course, we have license plates. I'm going to go ahead and buy each one of these. Our M6 series starts at 80 grand. Again, we got Trelleborg. We got some wheel options here. Wheel weights, wide tires and weights. Narrows. Here are twins. Ooh, twin wheels. And then standard. Michelin. All the same. Continentals. All the same. Midas. Nokian. Something be different. Nope. You just got wides for Nokians. Again, front weight, 90 kilo. 3-point, up to 450 kilo. But you got 3-point on the front of that. I like that. Front loader attacher. Yes, as well. Your Kubotas. Now, that's interesting. Only says Kubota. Don't know if you can fit anything else on there. Engine setup starts at 104. Goes to 114. 132. 141. And of course, your license plates. The M7 series starts at 118 grand. So, these are the same tire options as the last one. Narrow twins on the front. That's different. That's an interesting look. There's your regular twin wheels. Warning signs on the M7. It's the European varieties. Front weights, we got 3-point. 90. That one goes up to 540 kilos. Front loader attacher, again, just the Kubota. Engine setups go from 128, 148, 168. And your license plate. Your M8, your big boy. We got wheel weights, wides and weights. Wide tires too. Your twins. Again, all the different brands. Communals for the Nokian. Wides. Goes up to 400 kilos on the weight. Front loader attacher Kubota. Our engine horsepower goes from 180 to 200. Two options there. And we got license plates. Next, we go to a front loader. See, it's articulated there. Front twins give you a little extra stability. Vredestein has no options. Trelleborg, again. And your license plate. Buy that. Buy this. I believe we bought these others. Now we got our two little skid steers. You got the wheel ones, additional weights, 45 kilos on the back, 90 and 35, which is good. A little extra weight never hurt. Now we have the tracked version. No options, no weights. Our UTV sidekicks. 11 grand. It's not bad. Not bad at all. We got a 3-point attacher on the back. Probably hook your Scout up to that. We got design 2, which is your bar up front. And a license plate. Let's get the bar. Your big boy. It's got a capacity, only 280 liters. There's 1,000. Gets rid of your 4 seats. So, depending on how you want to run this. You got a 3-point on the back. Let's just go with the 1,000 capacity. Changes our bar in the front. Guessing that's a hitch. That's a winch. Wonder if that winch works. We're going to have to see. Now we got a couple different of the front loader. The M77, LA2255. This one says it takes 100 horsepower. That one's 180. Which is interesting because that one is 1.1 tons and that one is 794 kilos. I don't know the math on that. Get one of each. Let's get over there and see what we got. Well, we got our Mandako ruler here. Let's get rid of that thing. If you were here for mod time earlier, you saw that thing. So, we got a John Deere here, which is kind of nice. We forgot about this one. But we want to park it here. Put it next to our M8, just for comparison. As you see here, we got 7R. And here's our M8. So let's take a good look at both of these. So that 7R is not much bigger. Height-wise, I mean, obviously horsepower-wise it is. The 305 horsepower on that one. But size-wise, not much difference there. 10-15%, maybe. Now, the interesting thing about this Kubota, this M8, is this right here. That exhaust. That is an interesting feature. Kind of distinctive. See, that one's... It's got the mesh. I kind of like the mesh. Now, we didn't get any buckets or anything with these front loaders. So let's just get a bucket. Just to make sure. And it's also, while we're at it, get a different front loader, like a quickie, and see if it works. So we're in our M6 now. Sounds great. Oh, we don't have front loader on that one. Get front loader on any of these? Well, let's just go back. Don't know if we got front loader on any of those. Let's get the M8. Yes, for the front loader attachment. Obviously, there's no color choices on any of these. So it does work on the quickie, which is good to know. In case you have other tractors around, you don't have to use just the Kubota ones. We look at our little skid steers. You know what? Let's do a weight test. I'm making this up as I go along. You're on the journey with me. So we'll get that. Alright, that one's a little shifty. Nope, that's a front loader. That's why that doesn't work. We make mistakes. We fix it. Alright, something heavy. Okay, we got 2 of them. Seems to have no problems. Drag this thing over. I don't know if we can pick up 2 of these at once with these bale forks, or these pallet forks. Alright, so 2 is obviously too much. 2 is not working. Again, it's a skid steer. Most of them are not going to be able to do that for you. One, we got no problems. It does go up fairly high. Now, obviously, that is not recommended usage for a skid steer. But you use it properly, it works just fine. Let's go out and try the tracked one, see if we have any differences. Now, right off the bat, I can tell this one steers a lot smoother than the tired version. I am on controller, so that does make a little bit of a difference. But this is much smoother steering than the tired version. Just line up there real nice. And as we pick it up, not as high, I don't believe, as that other wheeled version, but again, no issues whatsoever. That's the height of that. Let's try the height of the... Yeah, as you can see, that one definitely goes higher. I'm pretty fond of that one. That one drove amazing. Let's look at our UTVs. This is our RTV X 1140W/H. Well, it says we have a capacity. Let's just try and fill it. So there you go. There's 1,000 liters of wheat. It's great for filling up for animals. Maybe stones or some lime. Drives great. Sounds pretty, you know, for UTV, it sounds really good. No issues whatsoever. Trying to tip it. It's very stable. Try our little one. Don't believe this. 430 liter capacity. So that comes with a 430 liter capacity. Your sidekick. Let's just test its power. Well, some of the stuff we're going to do here is not recommended. Like, we're testing the limits of what these things can do. They're not designed for some of the stuff I'm going to run them through. But if you don't know where your limits are, you don't know where to stop, so... Just seeing if we can hook up, which you saw that pop up, we can. Now, obviously that is a bit high. It's not running great. That trailer is gigantic for that. Now, if we fill that trailer up... Yeah, I was afraid that was going to happen. Obviously, our back tires are off the ground. That thing is just too high for this. So if we got a more appropriate trailer... Need to fill it with something. Alright, so we got 1,600 liters of wheat in the back. Obviously, it works just fine. No tipping. Very stable. I mean, that trailer is just not appropriate for what it is. You know, if you can get something bigger, maybe we could get away with this one. We are making a mess in our shop yard, but that's okay. So there we filled that. And that one's lower to the ground. Works fine. We're able to pull it. It's not super excited about pulling it, but it will. We do laps around our Kubotas here. I think it works great. Again, it's doing more than it's supposed to. It's got a 40-mile-an-hour top speed. They look amazing. I'll say that. One of the last things I want to check is make sure what front loaders we got options on. Not on the M5. So M6 is your first variety that can have a front loader on it at 104 or 114 horsepower. That's just fine. M5 is not for front loading. You can see even the engine up front is a little different on this variety. You got, you know, the big square cab in there, and then this is sort of, you know, more square, boxy engine compartment. So here's your small one. This one's going to be for pulling stuff around, I'm guessing. Does go up to 106 horsepower. Again, it looks amazing. Let's go take a look at a couple of cab versions. So again, you got all the warning stickers, when you buy stuff, it's got that new UTV smell. You got seat belts. Cages look great. And the big one, very similar. Speedometer is working in cab. That is a nice feature. Pedals animated. You see the gas pedal. Brake pedal works. Shifter works. So really well done on those animations. Let's try the tractor with our M8. Again, beautifully done inside. A lot of detail. Look at all those cup holders. All a bunch of levers that real farmers going to know what to do with, but I don't. Try not to crash in. Gas pedal works. Your speedometers, your gauge up there is working. You see it right there, top center. Brakes worked. Your shifter worked. Everything's animated amazing. Let's just check these out as well. Just don't throw them around. Yeah, I threw that one around a little bit. This is what happens when you don't turn your super strength off. Again, looks great. Pedal works. I don't see a shifter, but there's not really a shifter in these type of vehicles, are there? Just scanning around, seeing what we see. There is our palette. Let's try first person mode. Those of you who know me, I'm not a big fan of first person. I get a little motion sickness, but I can clearly see where my forks are. Clearly pick it up. That is nice. Everything working great on that one. Let's try our front loaders. And animations look great. So that stick moves. You can see when you raise and lower. That stick is animated nicely. Gas pedal is working. You can see that little green arrow. It's kind of hidden behind the steering wheel, but when we're going forward, you can see it's pointing forward. And then when we reverse, the arrow goes down. So very nice little cool touch on the animation. Let's, we didn't test this one out for weight, as we just drag around a bucket. Just trying to push those together and doing a very poor job of it. Now we're going to do a stream focusing on just this stuff. This is just came today. Want to give a first look at it. Let everyone see at least what they look like. Alright, so that one picks up too very easily. Good height. No weight issues. Let's try one more thing, just for science sake, because, you know, I care about science. I don't believe this is going to attach on here, but you never know. I know that's the wrong side, but... yeah, did not think that would work. You have a single weight, might work. Yeah, obviously these are 3 points of attachment for these weights. I believe there are some single weights out there. They might work. But it did look like we needed it anyway, because we're lifting 2 pallets up there. Inside of this, again, looks great. You can see what you're doing clearly. Mirrors are all working. If we can pull anything with this, can we hook up to that back hitch? Let's try to pull up to our little Salic trailer there. And it does. So there you go. You got an extra little trailer you can hook up to that. Obviously that one's probably a little small for this, but 2 pallets, a little trailer. Very impressive. I like it. I think all of these look great. Not gonna lie, I'm very excited about putting these on the farm. Getting a playthrough going with them. Everything works as expected. Well done, Giants. Well done, Kubota. So that's it for an extra special mod time. I said keep. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. You'll know when we put more videos out on these. If you want to see something in the comments, let me know. Till then, thank you for coming.